Welcome friends. In this video, we are going to learn how to create this interactive dynamic dashboard in Excel, where we will first structure the data, create the pivot tables, visuals, and finally customize them and make it dynamic. Class, you will learn about underlying functionalities in Excel. We'll first begin by setting up a theme which defines all the colors that will be used in today's presentation, and then move to the settings tab, which is data already pre-filled, and the source data is also pre-filled. We'll begin with chapter 1, which is create tables. This is my raw data. Now I want to convert this into a table. So I press Ctrl-Shift-N and click Format as Table and choose your style. Now we can do multiple things with this table. So let's say if I want to add a new column to this table called Year. So I will insert the column. And you can see that the table automatically got expanded, and if I enter the new field called Year and enter this formula and press Enter, this will automatically populate all the rows for this column. Chapter 2 is data validation. Now you can see all these manual entries, so we do not want to keep on typing this. Instead, we want is a drop-down list. So what you can do is you can select the range of this data, select all the cells here. Like that, and first just delete that. And then go under data validation. You can click on data validation. Now there are two ways to do this. So I'm going to show you the first way. So you can click on list. You can select the source. You can type in direct, wholesale, and online and press OK. And you will see that your drop-down list is ready. Okay, now moving on, I'm going to show you the other way. So under categories, I'm going to data validation, going to press on list again. And here in my source, I'm going to give the reference. So I'm going to go to my settings tab where I have this categories pre-filled. I'm going to select that data. I'm going to press OK. So I'm just going to simply select all the list. Next chapter is conditional formatting. This is my raw data. You can find the conditional formatting on the Home tab. Conditional formatting. So let's say if I want to highlight the text which contains the word grocery in the list. So I will select the data, conditional formatting, highlight the rules that contains grocery. And let's say if I want to fill this with yellow text containing the word grocery. So you can see that this will automatically highlight all the text which contains the word grocery in it. Click OK. Similarly, you can do other formats as well, like the top 5 items. So let's say in the quantity, if I want to show the top 5 items, so I will go to conditional formatting and I click on top 10 items, and then I will change this to 5, and I will just say light red filled with dark red text. Well, this will automatically highlight the top 5 items in red color. You can also format based on certain values. Now you can new rules. And let's say if you want to show the cells which does not contain the word grocery, to highlight that, we go to new rule, and then you will use a format to determine which cells to format. And you will just select the cell. You just press F4 twice to get rid of the $sign here, and format equals blank. And you just click on format and fill it with black. And then you can see that this highlights the missing entries here. Next is clear rules. You can clear the rules from the selected cells or the entire sheet. So you go here and click on clear rules. So you have three options. Chapter 4 is the date picker. So we do not want to manually type in these dates. Rather, what we want is some built-in feature which allows me to just select the date. So for that, I will have to write a VBA code for this. So I have this VBA code written. Make sure that your range is specified in the cells. So you will just simply select that code, copy, and under Sales Data tab, right click, click on View Code, and you will paste that VBA code here. Next, you will add in the calendar from the Office Store. So you could developer add-ins, Office Store, and you will search in for calendar. And you will add that calendar. Now I'm going to link this calendar with the name which is specified in the VBA code, which was the name calendar. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to Home, and in the Find Selection pane, I'm going to rename this to Calendar. Okay, close that, and then you can see your date is showing up in column B. So now you can select the date from this date picker options, and you don't have to manually type in the dates. So this is an excellent feature about date picker which will help you a lot. Chapter 5 is pivot tables. So you go to pivot tables, you select the table range. So you click on any cell, you go to insert, and you click on table range, and here it will ask for table range. So select the data, and you will see that this automatically fills in the table name as table 3, and a basic structure of pivot table is created. Now we have all these rows, values, columns, filters into these different sections where you can drag all these fields to create different pivot tables. And my first table is to see the count of products each person sold. So my sales rep will go in the row section and the values will have product ID. So I'll copy this and paste it to create my second pivot table, where I'm going to show the monthly buy and sell trend. So my month goes in the row section, and the final sale amount and the buying amount goes in the value section. Now daily sales trend. So I'm going to select the day in the row section and the sale amount in the value section. Okay, I keep on doing that. I copy that and create my fourth pivot table. So my sales type goes in the rows area, and the final sales amount in the value section. Next is the fifth pivot table, where I'm going to select the product name in the row section and the count of product name in the value section. Next is the sixth pivot table, where I'm going to set the region and location in the rows area and the count of product name in the value section. Now I'm going to format this table. I'm going to design under report layout, show in tabular format. I'm going to get rid of this subtotals here. Right click, uncheck that. Now I want to repeat all these labels here for the region columns. I go to design, repeat all the items labels. Next is the 7 pivot table is to show the quantity stored by the categories. So I'm going to copy that. So the categories goes in the rows section and the quantity in the value section. Or I see some blank entry here, so I'm going to fix that. As I see, I think in my sales data, I have some blank values. So I'm going to select that. And I'm going to refresh my pivot table. Data, refresh all. So this just fixed that error. Next is my 8 pivot table, which is to show the categories and product name. So I'm going to select the category. In the rows area and product name in the value section. Next is my 9 pivot table. Where I have the sale amount and the buying amount in the value section, so I can calculate the profit from this. So profit is equals to the sale amount minus the buying amount. And my last pivot table is to show the top salesperson. So I'm going to copy and paste that. And I'm going to put the sales rep in the row section and the quantity sold in the value section. And I'm going to click on the sort from largest to smallest. And I'm going to click on value filters, top 10. I'm just going to select that as top 1 and press OK. This gives me the top salesperson's name. Next, I will format all these pivot tables. Get rid of the grand totals. So I'm going to right click and remove grand total from each of them, because that's going to affect my charts. Next, I'm going to give these pivot tables some name so it's easier to reference while creating them. So I go to pivot table analyze and I give the names to each of these tables. So the first one is the pie, second is column, third is my line chart, fourth is my bar chart, then I have is the funnel chart. So I'm going to call this as, I'm just going to sort this first and just show the top 5 products here. Just because it's my funnel chart, so I want to see the top 5 products. So I'm going to call this as funnel chart. Then I'm going to call this as board map. Then I'm going to call this as waterfall. And this one is going to be tree map. This one I'm going to call it as profit. And this one as top sales. And I'm just going to format that from here, or you can also format it directly from the top bar and just convert this into a dollar amount. So this is about Chapter 5, Pivot Tables. Chapter 6 is Pivot Charts. So here you can see this blank canvas. So I just click on view and got rid of the straight lines. Then simply uncheck that and get rid of all the straight lines. So we're going to create our pivot charts from the pivot tables. The first one which we have is the pie chart, which is for sales count product name. So I'm going to go do pivot charts. I'm going to select pie and move this chart to my pivot charts tab. Next is the column chart. I'm going to select that and double click analyze pivot chart. Select the column chart and specifically I selected the stack column here. I'm going to cut that from here and paste it into my pivot charts tab. Next is the line chart for the daily sales trend. So I'm going to click on pivot chart and click on line. Next is the bar chart for sales type. So again, click on the bar chart. The next chapter is the funnel chart. So I'm going to select the data here. So you will notice that you cannot directly create the funnel chart from the pivot table. So if you go here, if you click on insert and the recommended charts, if you select funnel, you cannot create this chart type with data inside a pivot table. So there's a hack for this. What you can do is you can select your data from the pivot table and select the top 5 items and right click and paste this by values. And then you select your data and then now you just go to insert recommended charts and we're just going to select the funnel chart. Next chapter is the world map. So I'm going to select my world map data and I'm going to do exactly the same what I did earlier. I'm just going to copy that and paste it by value and select data and insert world map. And here just paste it. My next chapter is the waterfall. So I'm going to select the data, copy it, paste by value, and going to insert my waterfall chart and bring it to the pivot charts tab. Next is the tree map. So I'm going to select the tree map data, paste by value, and going to insert the tree map. Now if we work to format all these tables, I can just simply remove all these buttons here. So I will right click and hide all these fill buttons from all these charts. And I also get rid of all the borders. So right click, format chart area, select new lines under border. Now I can fill in some colors here. You can choose any color of your choice and the font of your choice. Now I'm going to right click on the first one and get rid of the legend and select data labels. Under more options, select the category name and just click outside end. That way it looks better. On this one, I can get rid of the legend. This one also get rid of the legend. Now I'm going to give the titles to all the charts. Now, if you remember, you have to link this underline with the pivot tables. So you will select that data and you will connect your charts with your underlying pivot tables. So this you have to do only with the ones which you were not able to directly create the pivot charts. So this is the funnel one. Same with the world map, select data and connect with the underlying pivot table. You can fill in some color in the map. Right click for my data series and just choose a color. So now I'm going to insert some shape headers here. I'm going to click on shapes, rectangle, rounded. Now I'm going to insert it here. I'm going to call it as Singles Dashboard. Now I'm going to insert some more data here about my sales, profit and the top salesperson. So for that I'm going to insert some shapes first. And in the formula bar, I'm going to type in equals the pivot table. So the underlying values, the sales value, and this equals the profit value. And the top salesperson's value, so that I'm going to get it from my pivot table. Next, I'm going to insert some icons here for better readability. So click on icons and give the icons names. Next, I'm going to insert some text boxes here with the headers. So this is the sales. Next chapter is slicers. So I'm going to insert some slicers and connect those slicers with these charts. So select on any of the chart and go to pivot chart analyze and click on insert slicer, and you need three slicers: month, status and payment mode. So this inserts my 3 slicers. You can change the slicer settings by going to the slicer at the top and just changing the style of your choice. Now one thing I need to do is with the slicer is right click slicer settings and check on this box hide items with no data. Now I'm going to connect these slices with all these charts. So for that, I'm going to right click on the slicer, click on report connections and select all the underlying charts with this slicer. So now you can see that when I click on these slicers, all of my charts are moving. Even at the ones at the top, sales, profit and the top salesperson. So you can clear the filter, you can change the slicer settings. If you want to change to some other colors, you can simply go to slicer on the top and you can change the settings from here. You can clear the filter. So I hope you like this video. If you like it, please subscribe and like to my channel. Thank you.